Hey, what's up? This is Eddie, and today I am here to talk about the $1.7 trillion cryptocurrency scam that is going on. Yes, you've heard it here first. Cryptocurrencies are a scam. Now, many of you all may have been following me for quite some time, and I was a proponent of cryptocurrencies. That is until I started reading more and more and more and more, and then I started to see that cryptocurrencies are a scam. They are securities that people buy just to make money, and they don't provide any sort of utility. They don't do anything that Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a digital currency, a electronic cash system. It uses clear text, no cryptography. So Bitcoin is not in the cryptocurrency category. But cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Monero, and all other cryptos are simply a digital token that is used as a vehicle for the creators to get rich. They're not providing anything that Bitcoin can't do, that Visa can't do, that Cash App can't do, that a computer program can't do. Okay? The sole intent of cryptocurrencies is to scam people, to defraud people, to sell people dreams, to scalp, meaning they will create a digital token and they will create millions of them and then sell them to the public directly and then cash out, making millions overnight. Now, I post about this as well. If the creator of your cryptocurrency did not register with the SEC, you are being scammed. Now, the creators of these cryptocurrencies avoid the SEC like the plague. And the reason why, as I just mentioned, their intent is to defraud the public, scam the public. If they registered with the SEC, they would have to give quarterly reports on their company or their enterprise on how they're handling the company or the enterprise. They will also need to report any shares that they've sold, and they would not be able to sell shares for X amount of time. Meaning, if they register with the SEC, they would need to be held accountable for their actions. And the creators of these cryptocurrencies do not want to be held accountable for their actions. That's why you have people like Vitalik Buterin claiming that he isn't responsible for Ethereum when in fact he's responsible for Ethereum. He's scamming. His intent was to scam the public with ICOs. That's red flag number 1. Or red flag number 0 is an ICO. Alright, so many don't know that Bitcoin wasn't the first quote unquote cryptocurrency. And then, as I just mentioned, Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency, it's a digital currency. And it's a system for electronic cash. Alright, but Bitcoin was not the first. You had previous ones such as DigiCash. Back in 1982, David Chaum published his blind signatures for untraceable payments. That was back in 1982. Then 1994, he launched DigiCash, the world's first digital cash payment. Okay, so that was back in 1994. And DigiCash partnered up with several merchants such as VB Shop, Lions Club, Ericsson. They got off to a nice little start, but due to a high overhead and not much more adoption, they folded before 2000. All right, so that's DigiCash. That's well before Bitcoin. And then you have eGold. eGold was founded back in 1996. Another cryptocurrency. And this cryptocurrency was backed by gold. And users of this could trade micro fragments of gold between each other, which are micro payments. All right, so cryptocurrency, digital cash, Bitcoin is not the first, but Bitcoin is the first to provide clear text, traceable payments, micro payments on an open ledger, immutable ledger. And there is little to minimal effort to set up the network and to run a node. That is what makes Bitcoin special. Now, all of these other coins are simply scams. Each crypto prior to Bitcoin aimed to hide transactions and or to perform micro payments online. DigiCash picked up steam in the 1990s, but due to lack of adoption and high overhead, came to a halt before it took off or mooned. Post-Bitcoin, there are thousands of cryptocurrencies being pumped. Initially, the SEC was going to put a stop to ICOs as they were identified as securities. However, due to weak leadership at the SEC, the scammers, the cryptocurrency creator dudes, continue to scam the public, and they are continuing to scam the public today. ICOs are nothing more than digital tokens. Shares of a company are highly regulated by the SEC. Yet, trying to sell shares of a project is nothing new to society. It's been around for years. Bubbles come about when investors don't understand what they are investing in besides profit or coin go up. This is why the SEC regulates public offerings or IPOs, initial public offerings. Okay? So, if you are an investor and want profit, you should encourage the SEC to be used by the cryptocurrency project. Why? The pros of people like Vitalik Buterin registering with the SEC is that you would know for sure that he is being held accountable for managing the project. As an investor, you are able to see his reports from the SEC quarterly filings. Now, as I mentioned initially, that these people do not want to deal with the SEC for this reason. They don't want to be held accountable. They're scamming the public and they don't want to be held accountable. All right? So they avoid the SEC like the plague. Now, you also know if Vitalik Buterin registered with the SEC that he wouldn't cash out of a certain amount of shares or coins to get rich quick and abandon the project. But Ethereum, amongst all other cryptocurrencies, are scams because the creator holds most of the coin and they're just selling them whenever the price goes high. It is simply scalping, and it's illegal and it's fraud. But the people, the mass public, have no idea what they're doing. No idea. They see something that they can buy, they think it's going to go up in price, and that is the reason that they purchase. And that is the definition of a security. And that's according to the SEC. Okay. So if we go ahead and go to the SEC, the framework for an investment contract, which is what these are, it's called the Howey test. Now, in this guidance, this is the SEC. In this guidance, we provide a framework for analyzing whether a digital asset is an investment contract and whether offers and sales of a digital asset are security transactions. As noted above, under the Howey test, an investment contract exists when there is an investment of money in a common enterprise with a reasonable expectation of profits to be derived from the efforts of others. Whether a particular digital asset at the time of its offer or sale satisfies the Howey test depends on the specific facts and circumstances. We address each of the elements of the Howey test below. All right, so the investment of money, of course, investors invest money to buy these coins such as Ethereum, Monero, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, all of that shit. They invest money, so it passes that. B, common enterprise. Courts generally have analyzed a common enterprise as a distinct element of an investment contract. In evaluating digital assets, we have found that a common enterprise typically exists. So the common enterprise is the issuer of these digital tokens, such as the Ethereum Foundation is a common enterprise. Now, C, the last one, reasonable expectation of profits derived from efforts of others. Now, this is a pretty simple one. Is basically in the title there. Usually the main issue in analyzing a digital asset under the Howey test is whether a purchaser, you, the common public, has a reasonable expectation of profits or other financial returns derived from the efforts of others. A purchaser may expect to realize a return through participating in distributions or through other methods of realizing appreciation on the asset, such as selling at a gain in a secondary market. So that means selling, so you buy it from Vitalik at his website, and then you plan on selling it at Coinbase or at an exchange. That's a secondary market. When a promoter, such as Vitalik, sponsor, or other third party, such as Coinbase, provides essential managerial efforts that affect the success of the enterprise, and investors reasonably expect to derive profit from those efforts, then this prong of the test is met. Relevant to this inquiry is the economic reality of the transaction and what character the instrument is giving in commerce by the terms of the offer, the plan of distribution, and the economic inducements held out to the prospect. The inquiry, therefore, is an objective one, focused on the transaction itself and the manner in which the digital asset is offered and sold. So, obviously, all of this means that these digital assets or digital tokens are securities, and they should be registered with the SEC to protect the public. And if you are watching this and you are an investor, if you bought Ethereum, if you bought Dogecoin, if you bought whatever, you should want them to sign up with the SEC so they can be held accountable. Because right now they're not answering to anyone. And this is the whole point. They don't want to register with the SEC because they don't want to be held accountable for their scams. And it's possible that the Department of Justice could get involved because this is outright fraud on the public. None of these tokens, Ethereum, Dogecoin, or anything, provide any sort of utility, provide any sort of service that Cash App or Bitcoin can offer. Full stop. Somebody said NFTs. Bitcoin has been doing NFTs since 2009. None of these other platforms or tokens can do anything Bitcoin can't do. And they're copying the Bitcoin concept and just creating a money grab. You're scamming the public, and they won't register with any government. They won't register with the SEC. They probably not even filing taxes on their digital tokens. Okay? It's a scam. It's a fraud. Point blank. No other reason to create these besides to defraud the people. Now, it'll be different if these tokens were backed by, at least claimed to be backed by something physical and tangible besides a token being backed by a token. That's a security. If it was backed by a movie ticket or some sort of game, that would be different. But as I mentioned, or as the SEC mentioned, letter C, reasonable expectation of profits derived from efforts of others. When people purchase these coins, they're not purchasing them as a utility. They're purchasing them to make profit from the founders, the creators' efforts, and to make the platform or make the currency more attractive for other people. And again, it's a scam. It's fraud on the people. If you want to debate me, leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to debate you and prove that outside of Bitcoin, there's no reason for these other coins to exist besides to scam the public. All right? So, this was a short, quick video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, comment as you see fit. Thank you. I'm out. Make sure to check out my book, How to Bitcoin, the $1.7 trillion cryptocurrency scam. After reading this book, you will see how millions of people are being scammed by the cryptocurrency industry. Buy it on Amazon. Have a great day.